Hey, welcome to Curling 101 at the Mississauga Golf and Country Club. My name is Jana Murphy and I'm the Director of Curling here at the Golf and Country Club, and I'm pleased to have Hale Murphy and Hugh Murphy joining me today to teach you everything you need to know about curling.
Oh, over to me. So one of the things you need to know about curling is how to score. In the game of curling, you've got two teams playing against one another. In this case, we've got a team that throws yellow stones and we've got a team that throws red stones. And each team has the objective of getting their stones closer to the middle of the set of circles that we call the house than the other team. So what you want to do is be able to figure out which team is scoring. It's a simple matter. You ask two questions. The first question you ask is, what color stones are closer to the middle of the circles, which is called the T, or the button. In this particular case, we see that red stones are closer than yellow stones, so only the red team is going to be able to score. The number of points they score is the second question. The answer to that is, how many stones does red have closer than the next closest yellow stone? In this particular case, clearly, we've got a red stone that's closest. The next closest stone is yellow, so red is only going to score 1 point. If the stones were oriented slightly differently, if the yellow stone were further out, and we had two red stones closer than any yellow stone, we'd ask the same questions. Who's closer? In this case again, red's closest, so red will score. However, they'll score 2 points because they have two stones closer than the next closest yellow stone. It's as simple as that.
Once the end has been completed and the score has been decided, you must show on the scoreboard what the score actually is. Now, you can see down the middle of the scoreboard in the black numbers, we have the actual score of the game. These are the points that are scored by the curling rocks that are closest to the button. We have tiles that indicate the end that has been played. This is the first end. If red were to score 2 points in the first end, we go to the red side of the scoreboard, which is on top, and hang the 1 tile above the 2. Now, if yellow were to score 3 points in the second end, we would take the second end tile and hang it underneath the 3 on the scoreboard. Now, let's take a closer look at the curling scoreboard. The reason why this can be confusing is because the score actually is consistent and runs down the center of the scoreboard. In the next end, yellow were to score, let's say, 2 more points. This is the third end, keep in mind. So, we add 2 points onto the 3 that they've already scored. 1, 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. Therefore, we hang the third end beneath the 5.
There are two basic curling shots, the draw and the hit. All shots in curling are a variation on the weight that you would throw for either a draw or a hit. A draw is a very controlled shot that the player will slide down the ice surface with the objective being that it will end up in the scoring circle somewhere. A takeout or a hit is a rock that goes down the ice at a much quicker pace with the objective of removing one of the opponent's rocks from play. Other variations on these two types of shots are a guard, which is a rock that is placed outside of the scoring circles, often with the intent to protect a rock that is already in the rings. Other types of hits that we might see are things such as double takeouts, where we would use one rock to remove 2 of the opponent's rocks from play. You also might see what's called a run back, which is when we would use one rock that's outside of the rings to drive into a rock that's in the rings and remove it from play. There are many different variations on these types of curling shots. Lots of exciting shots that you're going to see this week as well.
So another important piece of the game is all of the sweeping. When the curling stones are thrown, they travel down the ice, but they don't travel straight. They veer or they curl. The sweepers are sweeping to extend the path of the stone. A sweeper, by sweeping as hard as they can make the stone travel a lot farther, and they can prevent the stone from veering as much as it would otherwise. So So that's just about everything you really need to know to understand the game of curling. Well, that and a couple hundred other things. Hope you enjoy your viewing this week.